Hello, my beautiful soul. It's Rachel here, and today I want to share with you decks that I plan to work with in the month of September. Now, I would see this kind of videos popping up here and there, and even though it was fun for me to watch them, I was like, okay, it's not for me because I like to be free to choose my decks. I like to go with the flow. So I thought it was not for me until I watched some of my dear Sally's videos on this subject. She was sharing decks that she was planning to work with. And I was like, oh, you wanna know what? I'm going to give it a try. And that's what I did in August. I started small with just 2 decks, decks that were away for 8 years, and I shared my experience in depth in the video that I published before this one, my most used decks of August. So you can go there and watch that video. So as I shared with you there, I have a few decks that I haven't been using in like 8 years because I put them in a box and set them away. So I have 4 of those decks here to work with. I'm going to tell you which decks they are. Not all of them were in that box, but anyways, let's start. So let's start with tarot. There are 3 tarot decks, and the first one is this one, the Witch's Tarot. I trimmed this deck because I was a compulsive trimmer back then, I told you. And it used to have black borders. I think it's better like this though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I decided to place this deck in that box because it is a deck that I like. I used to work with this deck. I liked this deck, and it was the first deck that I had an amazing, a crazy experience with. So I saw this deck online, and then I went to bed, and I'm going to tell you, I dreamt the whole night. I had a dream, a real dream with this girl here, the Page of Cups. She showed up in my dream. She gave this cup to me. I don't know, it was so real. I could hear the waves crashing. I could see this girl. Oh, it was so nice. It was so green. I woke up. I was like, whoa, 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 amazed. I need this deck. I went to the store and I bought this deck. And I like this Empress a lot. The Empress is an extremely important card for me in a deck. So if I don't like the Empress, it's a little challenging. And I like this Moon card as well with all the keys. Hecate vibes, right? So that is the deck. I don't know if I told you already, but I plan to work with this deck. So in the morning for my morning drawings and for professional readings as well. She's a girl that I know very well, so I'm going to work with her. And I plan to work with this deck here, the Ancestral Path Tarot. I plan to work with this deck. For my ancestral work, I plan to create a video. Oops, sorry guys. I plan to create a video sharing some decks that I use for my ancestral work, how I see this kind of work. I plan to share a video about that subject. Okay, I don't understand the shape of these cards, not the size, shape. It's a little slippery. It's not about the size because I think this artwork deserves a larger cardstock because she's gorgeous and we wanna be able to see this artwork, right? Now, the reason why I decided to add this deck to my collection was because the Suit of Swords depicts the Japanese culture. As I told you, it's harder to find Japanese culture in a tarot deck. And this one is very beautiful. Look at this. Look at this one. Ah, so beautiful. An amazing deck. And I'm going to work with her now in the month of September in a more active way, more often, more intentionally. These other decks, one that I always use. I love this deck. I haven't used this deck actually in August. And I think even July I didn't use her that much. But it's one of my favorite tarot decks. The Tarot of Mystical Moments. Oh, she's one of the most beautiful things in the world, in my opinion. It's hard to find something. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So I love her. And the reason why I want to work with her now, it's because I want some beauty in my life. And I think she's pretty. She's beautiful. She makes me happy. She's feminine. She's fantastic. I plan to work with her for my readings before bed. And she's fantastic for dream work as well. She's beautiful. And I'm going to work with this gorgeous girl. I love this deck. Don't you? She's so beautiful. I love this deck. Now we are going to oracles, right? So the first oracle, the oracle that I'm going to use, I decided okay, I want to work with this deck because I bought this deck and I didn't connect with this deck. I bought this deck a while ago and I decided to try to use this deck this month. I think it's called Earthbound Tarot. It is an indie deck, self-published. And I want to make this deck. I want to use this deck intentionally in my readings, professional readings, this month to clarify tarot. And let's see, because I bought this deck because I wanted to use it to clarify tarot. And well, I didn't connect with this deck that much. So I decided to give it a try now in September, you know, like, because if it doesn't work, I'll have to send her to another home and so on. Now I like to use decks to set the theme of my readings. And then I decided to use this deck here in September, see how she works. This is a deck that was away for 8 years as well. Now, this deck's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's fantastic. The reason why she was away probably is because it's just a keyword, but I think that it is because it reminds me of that people. So I was like, and the reason why this deck reminds me of that people, I love this image, is because I think everybody, not everybody, but many of us, we have pictures where our family members, they look like this. Old pictures, right? Like this, everybody. Not everybody, but many of us. So it would remind me a little bit of the dead, and I would not find a way for this deck. Look at this one. But I really want to work with her to set a theme, especially because some of my most beloved images, they are here, because I love. Let me find Waterhouse, right? So some of the beautiful images, they are here. And I decided, oh, I like this one as well. Look at this. Ah, it's so happy. Oh, this one, I love this artwork, the mermaid, of course. And it is a deck then that I'm going to work with, another image that I love, to set a theme for the reading. Let's see how it's going to work. I'll let you know, of course, in the end of the month. Oh, I think I didn't tell you the name. It's Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Beautiful deck. It's gorgeous. The card stock is wonderful. Then I'm going to work with this deck here. Keepers of the Light. This deck, I bought this deck years ago and I never used it. I think because I don't know if they are, well, the Keepers of the Light, I don't know if they are, I don't know many of them, of course. Lord Ganesha, I work with this energy, I love this archetype of Lord Ganesha. But like this one, I don't remember very well. Eyes is okay. So there are some cards here and the artwork as well. So it's a deck that I would not connect that much. And I decided to draw from this card this month for my personal readings, and let's see what's going to happen. Probably in the morning I'm going to draw from the Witch's Tarot and Keepers of the Light. That's probably what I'm going to do, but I'll let you know in the end of the month. Now, oh, I love this deck so much. The Dreamgate Oracle by Danielle Noel. This is a deck, a mass market deck that feels like indie. It's so well done. Look at this guidebook. It's so gorgeous. It's a beautiful. The cardstock's delicious. I love this deck. And I'm going to use this deck for meditation this month. I usually don't use anything for my meditation, but I decided to do some journeys with these images in September. I love this deck's fantastic. I can't tell you how much I love this deck, how accurate this deck is. She's beautiful, she's wise. Oof. Ancient wise. Look at this ancient muse. The muse archetype. You know what is the muse archetype for me. So I'm going to use this beautiful deck, the Dreamgate Oracle, which I love. Now, one deck that came from that box, that was in that box, that was 8 years away. As I told you in the last video, I think I have only 2 decks, fairy decks, right? So one of them was the Fairy Forest, or the Forest of Fairy, the one that I used last month. And the other one is this one, both by Lucy Cavendish. This is the Oracle of the Dragonfae. Now, why I decided to give it a try back then? I think it was because of the dragon, because I do enjoy the dragon energy, and I've never found a dragon deck that I would love, ever. It's not this one as well, because this is, it depicts like some beings that are mixed, right? Dragon and Fae. So yeah, this deck here, this is the back, because I think the back changed, something like that. So this deck here, oh, this is beautiful, has different artists. So you're going to find different artwork, and I told you already in the other video how I used to feel about it. And I think it's going to be very nice for me to try, well, I don't like the word try, but to work with this deck this month and see how it feels. I don't feel like letting her go. Oh, so lots of images here by that artist, Michelle Phan, the Gaia Tarot, and the one that is in that Sirens and Goddesses, Sirens and Goddesses. Oh, look, this is the Gaia Tarot artist. Gaia Tarot, not Gaia. And oh, here, the same artist that illustrated the Goddesses and Sirens and the Gods and Titans by Stacey DeMarco. So let's see what's going to happen. Not sure how I'm going to use it, at what moment in my day, but let's see what's going to happen now. Woohoo! Because we are very close to my favorite season of the year, fall. I have these 2 beautiful decks here to work with. So first of them is going to be the Seasons of the Witch. I don't know if it's Mabon or Mabon. I think it's Mabon. I'm not a witch. I don't celebrate, don't work with these events, but I don't think you have to be a witch to enjoy this deck. Okay, I think it's a beautiful deck. The artwork, I love the artwork, and I bought this deck at the beginning of the year because it was like $18, and Mabon is now on September 21, September 22, but it's when the fall starts. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this deck to work with her next fall. And that's what I did, and I was saving this deck. I bought this deck, I tried the deck. I like to always try my decks when they get here. I used one of these spreads in the guidebook, I don't remember which one, and I loved it. So here we go. Oh, here we go with this beautiful deck. Okay, when I see Seasons of the Witch, I think about Sally. So if you want to know about this collection, I think she doesn't have all of them, but she have almost all of them, and she knows a lot about this collection. So if you have any questions, go to Sally's channel and ask her. She created an amazing video comparing the Yule Oracle and the Ostera, I think. Imbolc, sorry. Yule and Imbolc. Because I was like, I don't know which one I want, because I could easily buy all of these decks, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe I will eventually, but I don't want to. So I wanted just one that would be connected to winter. So I was between Yule and Imbolc. And then she created an amazing video. You should go there and watch. Perfect video. Okay. Now look at this. Look at this. Come on, it's beautiful. I'm the pumpkin spice latte girl. So I simply love it. And I'm going to work with this deck. Probably I'm going to draw from this deck before bed. But let's see how it's going to go, because I have to work with this deck more often this month. And the artwork's really beautiful. Take a look at this. So we are going to have the title and then a little, I don't know, phrase here. It's not a poem, nothing like that, but it's a beautiful artwork. I saw that they're going to launch a Yule journal, and I'm considering buying that one, to be honest with you. So I'm going to use this deck now in September, October. Now I'm going to enjoy this deck a lot, because I was waiting the whole year for this moment. And now this one is the Shadow and Light, Oracle of Shadows and Light. And I think it's nice because in September, as I told you, it's a liminal space, it's a liminal moment in our year. So we are going to work with shadows and light. We are going to see this transition, you know, happening now. And I'm going to work with this deck. It's a little bit the guidebook for, it feels like for teenagers for me, but she's usually a very accurate deck, and I'm going to work with her now in September. Jasmine back. I think I have all of Lucy Cavendish's and Jasmine's decks. I think I have all of them. You can see here the artwork is like an early Jasmine artwork, but this deck's fantastic, and I'm going to work with her for the month of September. My dear, thank you again for being here, for sharing with me. Leave in the comments if you use some of these decks, if you have some tips for me. And thank you so much for being here. I really value your presence. I really value your existence. I'm grateful for having you here. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video.